Let me tell you of the days of high adventure.
Hello, I'm Eric.
And I'm Kevin.
And this is 60 Degrees of Schwarzenegger, the podcast where we take a long, hard look at some of our favorite action movies from the era of Arnold.
Schwarzenegger's the icon of the genre, and we're taking a deep dive into some of these 80s and 90s cult action movies and breaking them all the way down.
All right, here we
Cult.
go.
I feel like this movie has reached cult status.
I do, yes.
You think? Waterworld?
100%. 100%.
It was like much maligned when it came out, but man, I mean, I feel like it got a bad rap.
I do. I agree. But it persists. I mean, I suspect anybody who is listening to this, they did not start listening to going, what's Waterworld, right? I mean, it's lasted.
I started reading an article that's like, we just watched Waterworld for the first time. Like, does it still hold up? And it was like written in 2025.
Oh, wow.
And I was
like,
interesting. And they went on a little rant about like there's some mistreatment of female characters, which is going to come up in the next few episodes that they probably have a valid point on.
Sure.
But I mean, I feel like women are going to probably be getting mistreated in a post-apocalyptic world.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yes, I agree, but also it's not out of theme for the film, right? You know, and again, it's just like it's the movie. It's not. They're not actually doing this, right? So anyway, yeah.
I don't know, but do you remember your history with this movie?
So I heard about it. And was initially extremely. This is my memory, so I don't.
Oh yeah.
You know, like if someone was recording me, they could prove me wrong or something. But I loved Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Loved that movie. So when I heard that Kevin Costner was doing another action movie, I was 100% there for it. Right.
Yeah.
And then it started like getting bad press. You'd see it on Entertainment Tonight. You'd see it on Entertainment Weekly. And my father's an arch conservative, and so when they found out there was like a global warming overtone to it, he of course hated it completely irrationally. Right,
I don't
exactly.
like that.
Right. And I was 14, right, and my dad didn't like something, therefore, and so my father not liking it, even though he hadn't seen the movie.
Of course.
And all the
people saying that it was the worst movie ever.
People saying
no one had seen it yet.
No one had seen it. Like, as a 14-year-old, I was impressionable. I'm not going to lie it.
Yeah.
And so I watched the movie, and I don't even remember what my experience was in the theater because I had already decided it was bad.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
And so, I mean, I remember making fun of it with my friends because that's what you did in that moment.
Oh, it was a punchline.
It was a punchline.
Yeah.
And I leaned into that punchline as a kid.
There was the I watched some YouTube videos trying to like get some trivia and some research, whatever. And there was a clip from The Simpsons of like Milhouse playing the Waterworld arcade game where it's like pumped a bunch of quarters in. Like Kevin Costner's character takes 2 steps and it's like game over. Deposit 10 quarters to continue or something. He's like, oh man, that sucks.
Yeah.
Then he like starts pumping quarters.
Yeah.
But it's like, it was like it was in the zeitgeist.
It was in the zeitgeist for the wrong reasons.
For the wrong reasons, man.
And what's shitty about that, like not the my father's insane conservative nonsense part, but the rumor is that so much of the negative press started because Costner refused to talk about his divorce.
Yes.
That was going in the midst of the filming of this movie.
He was going through like a historically messy divorce where he like had to pay $80 million to
so much money. Yeah.
So he was in a bad mood, I think.
Yeah.
He didn't want to talk about it.
Didn't want to talk about it.
Didn't want to do media, so the media was like, okay, well then we'll write some bad shit about your movie.
Every rumor that we get, we're going to talk about it, right?
Including rumors that like people were dying on set and stuff, and that I want to say I saw some interview with the director where he said the people from Universal called and they said, "What the fuck? We heard 2 cameramen
like,
got killed," and he's
no.
like, "No," and he's like, "We heard it from." Or like Variety heard it
Yep.
from sources.
Read that same article.
And he's like, I don't know what to tell you, but it didn't happen. And they thought he was lying, and like they sent people out to the set to investigate.
Yeah, it got nasty. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like, I mean, the movie was over budget. It becomes kind of a mess, as we're about to discover.
And then there's over budget, and then there's like
Over
100% over budget,
Right.
which is sort of where Waterworld was
Yeah.
at.
And, but I feel like that if the movie had less bad word of mouth, and this was in the day where, like, I mean, like, the internet, at this point, we've become so inured to it. If someone says something negative on the internet, you're just going, whatever. You don't, whatever. I don't give a shit. But back in the day, if it, like, bubbled up, you're like, oh, you must be an expert because you're saying this on TV.
Yeah.
You're saying this in a magazine. Therefore, it must be true, right? And so you believed it. Right,
Yeah.
and you come in with all of these preconceived biases, and again, we talked about this at the top of episode 1. I rewatched this for the first time in 30 years, and I came in remembering that I hated this movie, and came out kind of liking it.
Yeah.
Is it a mess? Yeah. Is it a great movie? No. Is there a lot to love about this movie though? 100% yes. Yeah.
I was so yeah. Robin and Prince of Thieves sort of was probably the first like grown-up movie that I went to ever go see in the theaters. Before that, it was all like kids flicks with my sisters and stuff like that. And I like loved Robin and Prince of Thieves. I think probably 1993 came around. I went to go see Jurassic Park, and became like a movie head after that. Like I was seeing so much stuff. I was like, movies are the coolest fucking thing ever. I want to see everything that comes out. I was, my parents would go and drop me off at the Dollar Theater.
So many
me
times,
and my friends,
dude.
and we'd go see like all the movies that were playing.
Yeah.
Pick us up 6 hours later, whatever. I remember trailers for this movie coming out and being like, holy fucking shit, this looks awesome. Then I remember, like you, I was like a big Entertainment Tonight watcher.
Yeah.
All you heard was horror stories from the set about how terrible things were. You would see articles. I think I probably had like Entertainment Weekly or some shit. Articles about this is the biggest disaster, like filmmaking disaster ever. Gonna be the worst movie of all time. Biggest flop ever. This was like 3 months before the movie came out.
Right.
No one's seen it.
No one's seen it.
All
one's
they
seen
know-
any cut. There's not been any preview showings.
All people knew was that the budget had gone crazy
Yeah.
on it, which is what happens when you try to shoot on water.
Yeah. Always.
But I'm still like, fuck it. I'm going to go see it. I was, a 13-year-old kid. I went to go see it. I was like, shit, this is fucking awesome. This movie is great. I probably went to go see it 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
when it hit the Dollar Theater, I'm sure I went to go see it like every weekend for like, a few weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
I thought it was great. I'm like, these people who were hating it didn't know what they were talking about. But as you say, it was a punchline. Everyone's just like, oh yeah, Waterworld, what a fucking disaster. What a huge misstep from Costner and everyone else. And I'm just like, as a child,
Yeah.
I couldn't see that it does have plenty of flaws. But as you said, it's also got like a lot of awesome stuff about it that to this day is like unmatched in its like scale and scope and stuff. Yeah, so that's my experience with it. I saw it as a 13-year-old, thought it was awesome then, so it still has that soft spot in my heart. But it's not one that I own. It's not one that I watch on the regular.
No.
I might see it every 5 or 10 years.
Well, I mean,
Be like, oh yeah, that's fun.
Yeah. Like I mentioned a little bit ago, I haven't seen this movie in 30 years. I mean, I hadn't seen it again, so I started researching it for the podcast, and it's amazing how different my perspective is now.
Yeah.
Versus 30 years ago.
I feel like this movie could have gotten like the 30th anniversary theatrical release.
I agree.
And it would have been kind of fun. People would have gone to see it ironically.
Yeah.
And they would have been like, you know what? That's not bad.
No, I know. I think like this is a missed opportunity.
Like if people will go see like Morbius or some shit just for irony, then this movie 100% you could have fun with this.
Also, I feel like we'll talk about it in more detail once we get to the end of the theatrical edition. But can you imagine Costner actually doing an official Ulysses cut?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it's been released on Blu-ray.
You're right.
The studio
Universal
put it out.
Yeah, that's right. But
I haven't seen it.
I actually haven't
I've been
seen
having a
Ulysses cut
big
either.
fight with an angel on one shoulder
Yeah,
and a devil on the other about
I know.
should I buy this?
Yeah.
I kind of feel like I want to see it.
Yeah. I mean, after all the research for this, and this is the thing that always happens because of the show, is we dive so deep into these movies, you kind of start to love every single movie that
you become a fan.
You become a fan against your own will.
I got some really like questionable shit on my DVD shelf. And I'm like, why did I buy Showdown in Little Tokyo on DVD?
Because it was a hell of a lot of fun talking with Katie about it.
Because I had to do it. Shout out Katie.
Shout out Katie. Yeah, always. Anyway,
sorry.
Why don't you sum us up here?
We've been talking way too much. But so what's happening in the movie is we got the Mariner, who we'll just call Kevin Costner.
Yeah.
But he's like this loner out on the water. He comes to an atoll, which is like where a settlement of human beings. He's there to do like a little trading, but they realize that he's this mutant, so they take him captive. They're going to put him to death. But as they're getting ready to kill him, the bad guys that are like these raider pirate types that are called the Smokers, they come to attack the atoll because they want to they loot them for everything that they've got of value or whatever. So in the chaos, there's this woman, Helen, and this little girl, Enola, who's got a tattoo on her back that people think is like the map to dry land, like an actual like not an atoll, actual land where like there's resources and people can live happily. They are supposed to be flying away with this guy named Gregor on his balloon, but shit goes haywire. They wind up helping Kevin Costner character get free and escape with him on his boat, and that's where we're at.
That's where we're at. Yeah, brilliant sum up. Hit all of the major points.
Trimmed off all the fat.
Yeah. So we're on the trimaran, and Helen is sitting kind of away from Costner's character, kind of examining him, right?
I thought she was maybe just trying to figure out what's going on with the hair.
Yeah, well, that's probably
he was
true.
like wet at this point,
God.
and it looked.
Oof, it looked really bad.
Yeah, Costner was like in the grips of balding at that point. And like, when it gets wet, there's like nothing to hide anymore.
I felt so much like sympathy for him because I've been there. You can fake it for a while, but when you get your hair wet, there's just no hiding it. So she says to him, like, you've seen it. Like, you've seen dry land.
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, I've seen it.
I don't know why
he said this.
Why are you misleading her?
Right, exactly. It didn't, like, I had forgotten so much about those movies, so when he said it, I'm like, okay, he's doing this for a purpose that's going to pay off later in this movie. And it doesn't. It never pays off.
His motivations in this scene are just like nonsensical.
Nonsensical, right, exactly. He has just spent a huge amount of time rescuing these two women, and this scene completely betrays any reason why he would have done that.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, she gets excited when he claims that he's seen it and asks, like, is that where we're going? And he's like, yeah, you and me can go, but we got to knock the kid off.
Again, that's like, I don't know what that is.
Okay. Like,
the gambit makes no sense to me.
No.
What is
your end game?
Is he serious?
Yeah,
or is he joke? I can't tell. There's no reason why. Yeah, we got to chuck the kid over the side.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's like just trying to get rid of the two of them, and he thinks, well, if you think I want to kill your kid, then you'll want to just take her and go. But also, I feel like he's got to at least get them somewhere
But
to drop them off.
Right, and if he is like really this cold-hearted, then now you have two human beings you have to kill and throw over the side of your boat. Right?
A woman and a child.
A woman and a child. Like, what?
A hot woman.
Yeah, I mean,
and a child.
100%. And so it's sort of like, I don't. What are you trying to accomplish? Like, what is this? Right?
It is very strange.
Yeah. He says,
especially because he just immediately reverses course
right,
in like a
in
minute
5 minutes.
from now.
Right, exactly. He says, like, anyway, so the reason he says that they have to dump the kid is because the boat is damaged and his, like, piss recycling machine is destroyed. And
I'd be lucky to get half a hydro ration from this. Sure, okay.
But based on the rations he still has on the boat, 3 people is just too many.
Yeah.
Right. So Helen is just, like, not having this. And she's like, look, you can't do this to us. We helped you escape.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, we're even. You helped me escape. You escaped. We're even.
I would agree that he's under no like obligation that he's got to sail them around the world. Looking for dry land.
Right.
But he's got to get them to a safe place.
I agree.
And let them off.
Especially given that in the first scene of this movie, we established that there is some sort of moral code between these sailors.
Yeah.
Right.
They did help you get out of that sludge.
Right, exactly.
I don't think they want to ride with you for the rest of their lives. I think it's just like they just want to get someplace.
And it just strikes me
where she can barter sex for like
yeah,
resources.
Right. And it strikes me that it would be easier to just take them somewhere than to kill them both. Or maybe, I don't know. It's just the whole motivation for the scene is muddled. Is basically
it's
what it boils
weird.
down
Yeah.
to.
There's nothing heroic about the way he's acting.
No, we take this character who we've kind of think is like he's become the strong, silent, Western hero kind of character. And now all of a sudden he just kind of turns into a jerk.
He's a dick.
Yeah, it's like, this isn't even evil. You're just kind of being a douchebag.
Well, there was some big conflicts between Kevin Reynolds and Kevin Costner about the character and what the character should be like. And some were like, no, he's the strong silent hero. And then the others like, no, he's pure anti-hero.
Right.
And you get scenes where he's one and then the next scene he's the other. And it's like, it's part of the reason why, part of the problem with the movie is that it's just an inconsistent movie.
You always hear stories about how Casablanca, which is one of the greatest movies ever made, was the reason why nobody knew who they were going to end up with was because those pages hadn't been written yet.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
Because they were literally writing the script every night before the next day of shooting.
Okay.
And I think everybody hears that and they glamorize that. But that's a horrible way to make a movie.
It's not a great way to do it.
And that's what happened on Waterworld. And I think that Waterworld is an example of what usually happens when you try to make a movie.
As an actor, you don't know how to play it.
Right, exactly.
Because you don't know where your character's headed yet.
And it worked. It worked for Ingrid Bergman's character in Casablanca because she really was conflicted. And she really didn't know who she was going to wind up with.
And neither of the male characters really changed very much.
Exactly, yeah.
So they didn't have to worry about, like, my character arc.
Yes, exactly. Their character arcs were consistent throughout the film.
Yeah, they were a flat circle or whatever.
Yeah, anyway.
Sorry. You've tuned into the Casablanca podcast.
Yeah. So, anyway, look, Helen begs, she pleads. Costner's just not interested.
One of Costner's nipples was out this whole scene, and it was really distracting me. Like, his shirt was partially open, but it was like just it was
the one nip.
On a nipple. Like it was like the nipple was holding the shirt open, and it was like, fuck, that's bothering me.
Okay, I mercifully missed that.
Yeah.
So Helen goes like, look, I can understand why you feel this way after everything that happened on the atoll. I'll give you that. But then she's like, hey, Enola, could you like go downstairs? And Enola's like, why? And she's like, just do it. And she like gets up and she makes this whole thing about, okay, I can do things for you that can make you maybe be okay. And then she drops her clothes.
Ooh.
And Helen has a great ass. I'll just say that. It's not Gene Triplehorn's ass.
No, body double. I wore the VHS tape out though. Pausing on that, rewind.
Very nice posterior on that model. Weirdly, like Gene Triplehorn has done nudity before and after this movie.
It was just, I'm not getting naked for this movie.
I'm not getting naked for this one. Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway.
Wait, was this a PG-13?
It was PG-13.
I feel like it was, so they got away with a full-on ass. Okay.
I mean, although, like, 2 years later, Cameron pushes the PG-13 border.
Oh, yeah, you got a nipple in that, didn't you?
You get some boobs. No, it's not. It's
both of them?
Both of them.
Okay.
Yeah. So, while Helen upstairs is trying to do her thing, Enola is downstairs, and she's just looking at all of Costner's cool knickknacks, and again, props to the prop department.
Yeah.
Just amazing.
None of that shit would be there anymore because they would have looted that at
all
the
of
atoll.
it would be gone. Yeah, it would literally just be bare
empty
metal.
shelves.
Yeah, empty shelves. But whatever, it works for the movie. And there is, like, doubling down on the stupidity of anything being in the space. There is a full box of Crayola crayons sitting perfectly on the edge of a desk, just waiting to be discovered. And you're like, okay, come on, guys.
Well, I appreciate that at least crayons, I feel like, could conceivably, like, have survived all this time.
100%.
Later on, there's, like, some magic markers, and I'm like, them shits have been dried out.
Yeah. It wasn't so much like the unreasonability of
they're
crayons.
tempting a
literally positioned specifically to tempt
it's
a
like
child.
That. You can go down there, but don't touch my crayons.
Yeah, right. It's
don't touch my daughter.
It's literally the forbidden fruit, right?
Yeah.
It's literally God.
You can stay
saying,
here, but don't touch my daughter.
Yeah, right. It's the farmer's daughter conundrum. Yeah. 100%,
oh boy.
100%. So we cut back up to the top, and Costner's like looking at Gene Triplehorn, and considering
he was more tempted than he was with the woman back at the
how
atoll.
could you not be? But anyway, he's like sees that Helen, this is not something she wants to do.
Right.
Like this is a necessity kind of thing.
He's got like a sense of decency.
Yeah. So he says that an hour ago he was dirt to them. And like I should just toss you both overboard, quite frankly, because you did fucking nothing for me.
Yeah.
Up until minutes before I was escaping, and the only reason you did that is because you were trying to save your own ass, right?
Yeah.
Like you don't give a shit about me. And so he sums it up pretty nicely. It's a great line, actually. I really liked it. It's like, you've got nothing that I need. And I'm like, it's super embarrassing too, because she is completely exposed, very vulnerable in this moment. But she is just completely flummoxed. She gathers her clothes, tries to get dressed very quickly.
I wore out the pause button on that too, trying to get a little peek of something.
Yeah, that's right.
Because that was Gene Triplehorn.
Yeah, that
but
was.
Like you could only see the outside of the hips or whatever.
They were careful.
Yeah.
She's holding on to her clothes and the netting and whatever she can find, and she does find a spear gun, and then she points it at Costner obviously ineffectually, and threatens him if he doesn't take him to dry land, right? And he calls her bluff. He's like, yeah, you're not doing anything for me. Pulls a knot, and the sail crumples completely on top of her. After she's struggling underneath the sail, he grabs an oar and he bops her on the head with it.
That was some wild violence against women.
Oh my god. And then
he was going through the divorce. I feel like some of that divorce anger was coming out. I'm gonna beat the fucking shit out of you.
I mean, anyway, so he grabs a spear gun away from her after he bops her on the head. Once this happens, Enola, she comes up from below deck, and Costner and her, they have a long moment where they look at each other. But he's done with it at this point, and just climbs up the mast like a monkey, and gets up to the top of it, and just kind of hangs out up there as the ship just speeds along.
Also, one of the best shots in the movie, though, is that
the
close up of Costner, then
it
it pulls out to it's just a boat on an endless sea, at sunset or whatever. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is amazing.
Yeah. It's a great shot. I mean, again, cinematography amazing.
Yeah.
Costumes, amazing. Props, amazing. Sets, amazing. Like, there's just so much stuff that is great throughout this movie. It's not that stuff.
Everyone was doing their job really well.
100%. Everybody gave a fuck. Like, it's clear that they did.
Yeah.
So back at Smoker headquarters, we're like Deacon. It's almost Batman style, right? Like
Yeah,
Deacon
sure,
is sitting in a dentist chair practically,
Yes.
and he's got some like hack doctor like working on him,
Putting a glass eye
with
in
the
there.
glass eye on him. Yeah. And so he finally turns around, and it is just comically bad.
Well, it's like, how does it look?
and everybody's like, "It's great, it's great, it's great." It's not. It's horrifying.
There was one person like, I like it better than
You
real eye. That is so
Yeah.
funny.
And then Deacon turns to this kid and is like, "What do you think? He always tells me the truth." And the kid goes, "It looks like shit."
Fair.
And then at this point, Deacon finally grabs a mirror and looks at it, and he's like, "It does look like shit." So right at this moment, to cut the tension, a dude comes in, and he tells Deacon that they've got a problem with the pit. Right.
Yeah.
I love that the glass eye or whatever it is, it's not glass. It pops out of the
Yes,
socket. And
yes.
it like bounces on the floor and
Rolling
someone like picks
around.
it up and looks at it.
So he wisely decides, you know what, I'll just wear the
you know
eye
what?
patch.
I'm just gonna wear the eye patch, which is I love this eye patch, by the way.
Yeah.
It's a pair of goggles. One of the goggles, the lens is out. The other one has been blackened out.
Yeah.
And he wears it over. It's fucking awesome.
Great.
It's great.
Yeah.
So they hop into a busted old car, and they like drive it to their lair. I love that this thing is on rims only. There's no tires on it.
Sure.
Like, what's your traction?
Those things like rotted away a long time ago, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. But it's cool. It's a bitchin' car. The Deacon's in the back. Nord's with him, I think.
There was the crazy music playing, like the Blues Brothers.
Yeah, it
music.
was just like
Ding, 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 ding,
it
ding,
was
ding, ding,
so-
ding,
oh yeah,
ding,
that's
ding,
what
ding.
it was.
Do you think that was like, was it diegetic? Like, did they have an 8-track or something in there playing?
I want to believe that it is. That
Or-
they actually did. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you notice Dennis Hopper's cod piece?
Yes.
It was like, it was in your
Dude.
face.
It
It was like a
is
low angle
hilarious.
of him sitting in his chair with his leg
Yeah.
just spread out and the cod pieces there.
It's so funny.
Holy shit.
As they're driving through the lair, like he's grabbing cigarettes and he's throwing it everywhere,
Uh-huh.
left and right.
There's just crates of liquor like stacked
Yeah.
floor to ceiling.
Yeah,
It's like, how has this not been drank a long time ago?
You know what it reminds me of is the lair in Teenage Mutant
Oh,
Ninja
yeah.
Turtles. It's like a
Cigarettes.
little bit grungier.
Cigarettes
Yeah.
and booze for everyone.
Menthol or regular?
There's all sorts of weird smoker activity going on, like they're making more bullets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Endless cans of, like, it wasn't Spam, it was Smeat.
Smeat. That's right.
I feel like they couldn't get the rights to
Yeah.
Spam. And
I want to call back to we didn't talk about this in the last episode, but they do, again, going to the detail of the world building in the quad machine gun. They cut to kids with buckets grabbing the empty shells.
oh, yeah, we're recycling
for
those?
recycling and reloading. I'm like, oh wow, what a weird detail to put in this movie. But anyway, they finally in the car go to where they're gonna go, and there's like a hatch and a pipe, and they open it up, and he like the Deacon looks down, and there's this like old dude that's practically blind, got fucking glass
Oh, yes.
Coke bottle lenses on his glasses.
Uh-huh.
And he shouts up to the Deacon and lets him know that they're running out of the black stuff, right?
I thought you should know we're down to exactly 4 foot 9 inches of black stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a second. You called, like, I got to talk to the Deacon. We're at 4 foot 9 inches.
Yeah.
You didn't, like, call him at 5 feet or 4 feet.
Why
4 foot
9
9
inches?
inches is such a random bullshit, like, because it sounds a little funny.
So here's the way I steel man
Okay.
this. He did inform them at 5 feet.
Okay.
And it just took them so long to finally get word to the Deke.
The bureaucracy.
The red tape of the D's. But anyway, the Deacon doesn't really know what this means, and he goes like, "What does that mean?" And he says, "We're gonna run out of fuel in about 2 lunars." So they got 2 months left.
I
for
love
this.
that too. Is that that might have been the first mention of like lunars
Yeah.
as a
Which is-
measure of time.
Which is great because
Oh, yeah.
That's very famously.
We probably lost track of days of the week and,
100%.
months like a long time ago.
And like tracking phases of the moon is been how we track time for almost since humanity began. So
yeah, for sure.
It makes so much sense that they would just go back to that, right? Anyway, so the deacon, as crazy as he is, he kind of gets it, right? And he says, like, no more of this fucking around. No more of, like, the fun shit that everybody's doing. The tractor pulls. Yeah. Everything is shut down until we find the girl, right?
Yeah.
But he is still a lunatic. And so he lights a cigarette and he, like, tosses his match down the hole. And one of his goons catches it just in time as they, like, cover the hole up.
That was wild. Is he suicidal?
I think he's suicidal. I
mean,
think he doesn't care, right?
Like any good cult leader is
Yeah.
probably like I'd rather us all die
Yeah.
than me be like ousted or proven
Yeah.
wrong or lose or whatever.
Exactly. And this is clearly an act of reminding you of how insane I am.
I don't care if we live or die.
Right. As long as you respect my insanity and my leadership and my power, right?
Yeah.
So we cut back to Costner, and they're still speeding along the water.
It was another awesome aerial shot
Yeah.
where it's like Costner really there on the hull,
Mhm.
and like you pull out and it's just like open ocean and not a
Just-
cameraman or a crew member to be seen on the boat.
Oh my God, it's so great. It's a really cool shot, right? He and Helen are steering clear of each other at this
Yeah.
point.
What happened to tossing them overboard?
I see. This is where the movie, that scene is where
You
the
said
movie
we got to
starts.
toss one of you guys overboard.
Right.
Then she threatened to kill you,
Right.
and now you're fine with them just staying.
Right. Exactly. Like this is, and it's not, as far as I'm aware, addressed in the long cut. Right. Like there's no scene missing here that explains why he's gone from I'm willing to kill one or both of you to okay, I guess you're gonna hang out on my boat. Right.
Yeah.
And this is the point for me where it starts like coming apart.
Well, it's like you don't have that earlier scene where you
Right.
say we got to kill one of you.
Right.
If he's gonna turn on a dime,
Yeah.
it's
and,
just like what?
But I think that like that previous scene is valuable because it establishes like Helen's desperation, and it establishes
That she's got a great ass.
that's the most important part. But it establishes the mariner's like willingness to kill people. It establishes like it gives Enola the tools to continue to draw her stuff, which becomes important later on.
Fair.
Like, I think that scene's important. What I think that they needed is another scene that explains why he doesn't kill them.
Yeah.
Right? Like that scene is missing. But we never address why all of a sudden he's not trying to kill them. Enola continues to try to make friends with him, but Helen is like also trying to keep her away from him. Like so there's this weird Mexican standoff between everybody in terms of like their relationships. As Costner's walking around the boat, he sees that Enola's taken a bunch of his crayons and he's like drawn over the hull, which can crayons draw on rusty hulls?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Like I saw that, I'm like, wait, did a crayon do that, or did a like a set designer do that?
Yes.
Anyway, he sees it, and we're just gonna assume that the crayons work.
Absolutely. In this world, they can.
They can. And he gets furious, and he like you have to follow my. If you're gonna stay here, you can't use my shit.
Yeah.
If you're gonna stay here, you have to follow my fucking rules.
Oh,
right?
lighten up, Costner.
It's just
Were you never a kid?
no. He clearly wasn't.
He was grown because he was grown in a laboratory.
He was grown in a laboratory, right? Which we've established.
Yeah, sure.
Later on, Enola walks up to Costner. The girl does a great job. Like at no point do I have any complaints about her acting.
Yeah.
She just walks up to Costner and tells him that he's not so tough. How many of you people have you killed? 10? 20? And Costner's response is, you talk a lot. And she goes, I talk a lot because you don't talk at all. It's a good exchange. Like
Uh-huh.
I was there for that moment, right?
Then Costner rips a leaf like off the lime tree and
Yeah.
starts eating it.
Yeah,
And I'm like, is that a thing that anyone would do?
Not sure.
I don't think that there's no nutritional value in that for
Yeah.
you, and you're hurting your plant.
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense. But while he's murdering his tree, they bicker back and forth, and Enola unintentionally says the quiet part out
Just
loud.
roasts him.
Yeah, saying like you wouldn't be so ugly if you cut your hair.
Shit.
And I'm like, yeah, dude. Like if you just shaved it off, you'd be a lot happier.
Brutal.
I'm telling you. So this pisses Costner off, and this I thought this was great actually. He picks her up and just throws her overboard.
Yeah.
Like you should have done this in the last scene. Like this actually should have been
fair.
This could have been that scene, right? Helen sees this, runs up to him, slaps him across the face, tells him that Enola can't swim, and then just does this beautiful dive off of the back of the trimaran and to go in after her. Costner sighs and turns the boat around, comes from, and this is like, wait, I don't understand.
Is this where she's like, she can't swim?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh shit.
But
fuck.
I'm like,
this is your chance. Like, if you're really that heartless bastard,
yeah, you just
keep on sailing.
Going,
yeah.
right? So that's why there's a scene missing, in my opinion, that explains why he hasn't killed them already, right?
Yeah.
Because it seems like you've just solved your problem that you should have solved a long time ago, which is pick her up and throw her off the boat, right?
Yeah.
Very easy thing to solve. Anyway, Costner drops the sail. He turns the boat around, comes back for him. And Helen is holding on to Enola and keeps her afloat until the boat reaches them. So apparently, both Jean Triplehorn and the young actress who played Enola, whose name I'm forgetting right now, they almost drowned in this scene.
Shit.
Yeah, so they were filming it, like the weather changed.
Okay.
And they were caught in the water, while all this crazy shit was happening.
Okay.
And apparently they had to sit there and tread water for a half hour before the ocean could calm enough for them to get a boat over to catch them.
That's crazy.
It's just fucking wild. But in the movie, they they get back up onto the boat just as Costner looks up and sees a Smoker seaplane flying towards them. Right?
I gotta say, I'm not buying that anyone in this world doesn't know how to swim.
No, I agree. I think it's bullshit.
I think it's like a clue
Yeah.
as to her origins.
Yeah.
But there's also no reason why she would not have been taught how to swim in the past several years.
100%.
It's not just like, well, she doesn't know how, and we haven't taught her.
Yeah.
It's like you live on water. That's
know
like
how
the
to
first
swim.
thing you learn that before you learn
Right.
how to walk.
You live on a planet that breathes oxygen. You learn how to breathe oxygen.
Yeah, that's crazy to me, but
Yeah, I agree. It's bullshit. It's just, yeah. Anyway, Helen sees them too, and she's like, "Hey, can we outrun them?" And he's like, "Not with my sail down." I'm like,
also not with your sail up either.
yeah.
I mean,
They're
it's
like,
a plane.
They're not. It's a fucking airplane.
It's a plane, and you're a boat.
Yeah. So the plane circles the boat, and Enola waves at the plane.
That shit was funny.
Yeah, and we cut to the plane, and who do we see flying this plane?
It's fucking Jack.
It's fucking Jack Black. It's fucking
Crazy.
wild.
One of his first ever movie roles.
Yeah, that and Never Ending Story Part 3.
Yeah, man, crazy shit.
Yeah, I didn't recognize him at all.
It took me a while until the later scene, the next scene back at the D's,
Yeah.
where he's like, he gets a close up without his without his pilot gear on or whatever. But I'm like, holy shit, it is Jack Black.
Yeah. I thought that too, and I'm like, I must be crazy. And then when I was looking it up, I'm like, oh my god, it actually was.
Yeah.
And one of the dumb, because you can go through trivia pages, and some trivia is really interesting, some trivia is really dumb, and this trivia was dumb, but I still liked it. Waterworld is the only movie to feature two actors who both played Bowser.
Holy shit. That's wild.
That's so dumb. Anyway, so so it's the pilot Jack Black and a gunner who's got a machine gun in the back part of the plane, and the gunner opens fire on the boat. Costner, Enola, and Helen they all duck for cover, and Costner he dies below deck, right?
Mm-hmm.
Helen runs over to the harpoon gun and aids at the plane. A desperation move.
So the gunner, he's shooting that up,
yeah,
runs out of bullets,
yeah.
and then he utters the movie's one and only "fuck," and I'm like, "That's where you used your one
That's
F
where you
bomb."
used your fuck.
Is the
apparently.
pilot ran out of bullets and said "fuck," and that made the cut? You didn't want to use it in a more prominent moment?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. There wasn't really another moment where it would have been better.
But anyway, sorry. But yeah, that random F-bomb dropping
Yeah.
is a throwaway line.
Right. This doesn't matter. It doesn't impact anything. So Costner comes out from below deck, and he's got his own spear gun, and he yells at Helen not to shoot.
Don't shoot that harpoon gun.
Yeah, but it's too late, and she there's so many incredible shots in this movie.
Oh yeah.
And this is the first
No
one.
human being could make this shot. Least of all someone who's never shot this gun before in their life.
Just blind ass luck. She shoots this harpoon gun. It grows up just directly through the heart of the gunner.
Yes.
It could not have been more perfectly shot through the heart of the gunner. And it goes out the other side of the plane and locks the plane in, right?
Right.
So the plane immediately starts orbiting.
Yeah, it's tethered on, like a fucking tether ball.
It's a tether ball, right? Costner runs over and he's trying to cut the line, but he can't because the entire gun ultimately is just
he's
ripped
out
off the boat. Yeah. But the gun then gets in the process gets caught in the rigging, right? And it just makes the situation
up
worse.
at the top of the mast.
Yeah, on the mast, and so it's what starts as a bad problem becomes way worse, right?
Yes.
Because now the pilot is locked in, and there's no easy way to cut this line. So Costner, though, he runs, starts climbing the mast. He tries to use his magical thing that pulls him upward, but it's broken because of this whole sitch.
Yeah.
And so he has to manually climb up the mast.
There's more non-webbed foot close-ups as he's climbing.
Yeah. Clearly, we're not Peter Jackson was not directing.
But this was
movie.
also it was in that era of no one's ever going to see
no one's
this.
Gonna see this. Right, exactly. It's going to be on screen
on the
for
VHS
1/2
tape.
second.
It's not gonna. No one's gonna be freeze framing it on a Blu-ray.
No one's going to pay attention to this. So the plane continues to circle, and as it gets closer and closer, the ship starts tilting.
Yeah, it's pulling it up
yeah.
on whatever one of the pontoons or whatever's coming up out of the water and stuff.
And both Costner and the pilot are both trying to cut this line.
Yes.
They're in this one moment they're allies.
Yes. We're all gonna die if we don't get this line cut.
And literally the second lucky shot in the last 30 seconds, the pilot is trying to shoot this line and manages to actually hits
it.
And it cuts, and the plane flies away. The boat lands, but acts as a catapult and throws Costner off of it into the water.
That is a fucking awesome stunt.
It is a great fucking stunt.
I had my wife come down. I got married.
Oh,
I don't know if that's featured on the podcast.
Congratulations.
I was engaged. Now I'm married.
Yes.
But I made her come and watch that moment because I'm I remember thinking this was the whole way this thing was staged and blocked out and everything made sense. And then when it happens and he gets thrown off the mast of the thing, that's the coolest stunt I've ever seen. It's thrown 50 feet, into the water or whatever. This is fucking
100%.
awesome stunt work.
Fucking great, dude.
This movie would have won the best stunts Oscar that's coming soon or whatever, don't you think?
Yeah, no. Which, for the record, why the best stunts Oscar is only now happening is
that we're past the heyday of real stunt work.
I know. It's just what the hell, dude?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's again a whole other podcast. So the plane flies away, but the damage has been done at this point. Costner is sort of like he's surveying all of the shit that's happened. And Helen, I mean, she knows that she fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
Like, she knows she fucked up. And she's, like, pleading, like, begging for forgiveness. Sorry.
Like, I'm sorry, but it's really your fault.
It really is your fault, though. Yeah, right. Yeah.
What a woman.
Jesus Christ.
Trying to blame Costner, that's wild work. Like, feels again like he was channeling that divorce anger. And
Yeah.
you know what?
Oh, my God.
She fucked everything up, and she's going to try to blame me for it.
There's, like, when you know that he was going through this very contentious, very angry divorce over the entire shooting in this movie, it recolors the whole thing.
A lot makes more sense.
Oh, my God.
I should pitch your ass overboard.
So he's not having it. He pulls his knife, pins her down to the ground. Very violent. This is actually a very violent scene.
Yeah.
And, like, cuts off all of her hair.
That's some toxic behavior.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Towards women. Like, it happens from Costner a lot in the movie, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah. Enola yells at him while he's doing this. He turns around and looks at her.
She said she was sorry.
Right. Yeah.
It's like,
you're supposed to forgive her now.
Okay.
Yeah.
But she also implied it was still his fault, though. That's some bullshit.
So after the stare down, we cut to Enola has now had all her hair cut off. Too. And so now
a funny cut, but like, how do we feel about this? Him being like rough with these women.
The whole haircutting thing was odd to me in the first place.
I guess it's something to do that's not really hurting them, but
yeah. I mean, I know that in some cultures, like Japanese culture in particular, cutting and Chinese culture too.
Oh yeah.
You're like cutting your hair involuntarily.
It's the ultimate like humiliation.
Humiliation, right?
Yeah. Well, you also had like the post World War II, like the women who collaborated with Nazis and
That's
like
true.
checked it with Nazis, they would chop their hair off as
That
like
is
a mark
true.
of shame or whatever.
So there is a lot of historical precedent for this. It just felt like to me, is that something that would carry over into the year 2500?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know.
It works. It's effective because when we cut to...
Well, he's like, I'm a decent guy, so I'm not really ever going to hurt you.
Yeah,
but I do want to make you feel ugly,
yeah.
I guess, or something.
But, I mean, it is effective, though, because, like, when you cut to them after the fact and both Helen and Enola look defeated and their haircuts are terrible. For this one scene...
He did lay them real low.
Yeah,
like, he was like, okay, you're not so high and mighty anymore.
Yeah. I will say that this shot, but with the two of them, is the only shot where their short hair looks bad. Because the next shot, their short hair looks great.
They're cute,
on both of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So after this happens, we cut back to the Smoker headquarters, and Deacon and Nord they're scheming about how to catch the Mariner, right?
Jack Black in the background acting his ass off.
Does he ever not?
He's like really mourning the loss of his gunner or whatever.
So Deacon, based on like it's kind of clever that like he's smart enough to kind of figure this shit out, but it's a gamble.
It was Princess Bride guy.
Yeah,
he's gonna think
that
we
gonna
would
go
think that he
here.
would change his directions, and that's why he's not gonna change his direction.
So I know he's gonna go here, right?
Yeah.
And he like points to this location on the map. And I don't know. I like that scene, actually.
Yeah, no, it worked.
So we've established that they're on the hunt for him. So we cut back to the Timoran, and on the horizon, Costner spots another boat, right?
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't want to stop because of that first encounter with the guy that we saw earlier in the movie.
Yeah.
But he does say, like, look, they're signaling back to each other. And
right, he's got like his flag up.
Yeah,
whatever that means. I want to trade.
Right.
Like, let's trade.
Helen sees it through the binoculars. She sees the flag up. She's like, "Isn't that flag? Doesn't that mean something?" Costner doesn't want to do it at first, but he kind of eventually agrees to. And he reminds her like of the drifter code.
Yeah.
And, like, look, we need food, and he's like, "Fuck, I know this is a bad idea,
Like,
but I'm gonna do it
maybe
anyway."
he has some food. dude.
Yeah. That's right. She does
Like,
say
wow,
that
she
line.
really like went for it.
Yeah,
there.
yeah. So we catch up to them, and they're sort of like connected to each other. They tie a couple of ropes off, and the Drifter is clearly insane. And this is a character actor too. I've also seen
Kim Coates is the guy's name.
Kim
He was like
Coates.
a main character in Sons of Anarchy, but he
Okay.
was prominently in Open Range, another Costner flick.
Okay.
He was in Last Boy Scout. He was the guy who got his nose shoved up into his brain.
Oh, that's the one.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is probably a similar era to that. Yeah, he's just a good character actor.
Yeah, he's fun. He's a great like short-term villain, like a short-term conflict kind of villain.
Was he not bringing big like Robin Williams energy for you?
He definitely was
The way he was playing this part?
Yeah, 100%.
A lot of like just ad libs and like improv runs and stuff.
Definitely coked up, having trouble saying the lines as written. The Mariner asked if this guy has any resin to repair the hole in his hull, right? The Drifter laughs. He thinks it's like ridiculous. Like no one's got any resin, right?
Right.
Helen asks about food, and he says he hasn't eaten since forever.
Reminds me of that Sandlot thing. When he said how long until forever. I haven't eaten since forever.
Another classic. I love The Sandlot. What an amazing movie. So a short time later, though, they've clearly like done some sort of negotiation. Helen has traded her necklace for a fishing rod, and she's trying to fish with it very ineffectually. The Drifter's looking at her, though, and at Enola, and asks if Costner would be willing to sell the women.
Yeah.
Helen hears this and says that they're not for sale, and the Drifter says everything is for sale, which facts.
Yeah.
Right? Like in this world, everything is for sale. Costner like cuts him short and says, "We're done trading unless you have some resin or a spare sail." He says that, like, look, I do have something that you can't pass on, though. And he grabs, like, a canister of paper that he's been holding like a purse.
Well, yeah, he wears it around his neck or whatever.
Yeah. Right. And he opens it, and, like, he reaches in, and he says, like, this was an entire Atoll clan's life savings. Which is like, how the fuck did you come in the hell of this? And he's been saving this for a very special trade. So clearly this guy, he needs the V. Right?
He's hard up.
He is hard up.
He's pent up.
And he says, like, I'll trade this incredible shit for a little bit of time with Helen below deck. Helen,
it's
of course,
paper.
Yeah.
I don't think you said what's in it yet. It's paper.
It's
paper. Look at this paper.
Helen doesn't give a flying fuck if it's paper or not. And the Mariner's like, look, I'm in charge here. How about, what are you going to do?
That's the most fucked up thing yet. Is he's like, yes, no, you are going to fuck this guy. Or this guy is going to rape you on my boat.
Yeah. The guy, like, is like half hour's not enough. He asked for 45 minutes with Enola instead.
That's really fucking dark.
Right. That doesn't fly. And he's like, okay, fine. So he grabs Helen and he takes her below deck. Costner's like, like immediately grabs like the paper and he starts like looking through it. He looks over the paper, but then like starts having like second thoughts.
Yeah.
And this continues to go back to sort of the muddled motivations of the Mariner through this whole thing. He goes from one side of, I'm willing to let this dude rape you or throw you off board, to I care about you even though I don't like you and want to keep you safe, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so we cut to below decks. The Drifter is taking off his clothes and he's starting getting like really creepy up against Helen. They start to struggle, and then Costner comes down and he says like, the deal is off. He tosses the canister of paper back to the Drifter, and the Drifter's like, you can't, no backsies, like you can't do this.
He's probably right as far as like the Drifter code goes or whatever.
Exactly.
Like,
a deal has been
there's
made.
No going back on your trade.
Yeah. So once this happens, like Costner grabs Helen, tells her to go back up above deck. The Drifter pulls a knife. And he yells at her like, "Don't go far. This
Don't
will
go."
just take a minute."
I like the line he says, to Costner. He's like, you're pretty stingy for a man who's got everything. Which is, he has been stingy, though, with his, like, don't mess with my crayons
Yeah.
that I'm not using for anything.
I just have them sat perfectly on the edge of a desk begging for a child to look at them.
Yeah.
So Costner, though, he pulls out his own knife, which is like this cool-ass curved blade kind of thing. Yeah. The Drifter charges at him. We cut to up on deck. Helen and Enola, they hear the struggling and the yelling and all that jazz. The Drifter emerges from below deck, and you're like, oh, my God.
Uh-oh.
Did he win? Right? But as he climbs up top, he's got like this horrible deep gash that goes all the way down the length of his back.
It's a nice little misdirect, though.
It's great. Yeah. He collapses. He's dead. Costner comes up. He like strips the body. He heads to the ship. He strips the ship, grabbing anything that might be useful, and then tosses the body into the water. Right. Again, he blames Helen for everything.
Which it was her idea
to
want to
this
stop
guy.
for this guy.
Yeah. She apologizes, but Riley says, like, look, we need some fucking food, dog. Like, I don't know what you want me to tell you. Costner goes below. All of a sudden, he's got
There's
some
power
jumper kit.
down
right,
there.
exactly. And turns it on. But then he grabs a spear gun and a rope, and he like jumps over. He goes back up deck.
It's actually not clear what part of what he's doing requires power.
That is correct. Yeah, that's a good point. You are
But-
absolutely right.
I mean,
Yeah.
if we're being honest about it, but you know.
Yeah. But clearly what he's done is he's turned on a motor, right?
Uh-huh.
And he then is like holding a rope attached to the trimaran, like he's like 100 yards back from it, and he's like making all of these weird gesticulations.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It looks very, very weird until you realize that he's turning himself into bait, right? And the spear gun that he's got is like double tipped, right? You can shoot one out of either side.
Yeah.
And he's also using that as the handle, right? Then all of a sudden, this giant fucking bad CG monster like leaps out of the water.
I thought it was maybe decent for 95.
Maybe it
I
was
don't
pretty
know.
good for 95. I mean, I was watching it in like ultra high def 4K HDR, and so the inconsistencies with lighting and everything are very apparent.
In Waterworld lore, apparently this thing is called either a whale fin
A whale fin.
or the sea eater. It's like these big creatures
Yeah.
that live in the water or whatever.
Which we've never established before this point.
No.
But that's fine. Whatever. It's
Yeah, no, it's a sea creature.
It's a sea creature.
It's a mutated sort of a thing.
There's no right. Like in a world where there's only water, of course the creatures are going to get big.
Bigger and bigger, yeah.
Right. After 500 years, I can believe that there's a few that's been bred to be
For
that
sure.
big. It swallows the Mariner whole, which this thing has massive fucking teeth. Like that's pretty fucking ballsy that Costner is confident enough that it doesn't need the teeth to eat him, that it's going to swallow him whole, right?
Yeah.
But it does. And then, like, the creature, like, it hangs on for a second. It doesn't disappear immediately. And then after a couple of beats, either side of it explodes.
Right, the spear gun.
The spear guns are fired, right? So we cut to, it's evening now, and Costner is like tossing the ugliest slabs of like meat on this hibachi, right? This makeshift hibachi.
I feel like he could have done this days ago.
No. Like, there's no point.
He's been starving
Right.
these guys. He could do this anytime he wants.
I know. Helen and Enola.
He's eating leaves off his lime tree, and he could have just caught a fish.
Helen and Enola are just pounding this fish food, right? Just hammering each one of these nuggets. Enola's humming again, right?
Yep.
The same tune that she was humming earlier, which is pissing Costner off. He suggests, like, it's actually this great moment. It's like, do you hear anything? And she's like, no. And he's like, well, maybe then you should be quiet for a little bit longer, or something like that.
Yeah, something like that, right?
And he's like, if you do, maybe you could hear the sound of the world sometimes. And it's true. Like,
Yeah.
when you're like sitting on the ocean or sitting on a beach, there's so much sound,
Yeah.
right, that's going on at all times.
I think the appreciating the sound of the world is something that only comes when you get older, though.
Yeah, that's
Little
true.
kids don't.
They don't. Yeah, that is true. Enola says something to the effect of like how she could swim if she had webbed feet like his. This is one of the few moments where they actually do.
They show the feet. Yeah.
And yeah, the Mariner goes like, I've never seen a person who couldn't swim before, which legit, like for real, right? And then Enola goes like, I can't. People said I was weird. And Costner goes like, maybe they were right. And then she goes, maybe they were right about you too.
Good comeback.
But the rejoinder actually, like, he's like, preach, like game recognized game. You know?
Yeah.
And so he smiles a little bit. So anyway, later on, it's in the evening, I think, and Costner's sort of sitting on the deck, and Helen shows up, and she's got like a paper in her hand. And she gives him the paper of it's a drawing that Enola made for him. And he, at this point, finally, he's like, you two don't look alike. And Helen's like, well,
don't they though?
I mean, they kind of do.
They kind of do look
curly hair.
They kind of do look alike.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yes, the fuck you do look alike.
That's actually.
I feel like it's just bad casting.
No, but
probably because, or you need to rewrite that because they kind of do look like mother and daughter.
Exactly the same. Yeah.
Anyway, she's like, good eye. I'm not her mother.
Yeah, that's right. It's at this point that that Costner asks about the tattoo on Ella.
That's why he's like, apparently they found her floating in a basket.
Right.
Yes,
yeah.
She sort of says.
Yeah, exactly, basically. And she raised her as her own daughter. And Helen says, like, oh, it's it's a fantasy, right?
The tattoo, yeah.
Yeah, the tattoo's a fantasy. And Costner, like, he goes, like, well, what about the things that she draws?
Mm-hmm.
And she says, well, she draws whatever she sees.
Okay, but she also draws a lot of stuff she doesn't see.
Random
right?
shit,
like animals
right?
and trees and things.
But I mean, I think that you're supposed to take, okay, well, if she only draws what she sees, then she's seen the horse.
Yeah, exactly.
She's seen this other. She's seen, the people on the atoll apparently thought Enola was a freak, but Helen knew that there was something special about her, right?
Right.
At this point, Costner sort of he grows a heart 3 sizes. He becomes, he's the Grinch at the end of The Grinch Who Stole Christmas.
For sure.
His heart grew 3 sizes that day. And he has a crayon for reasons. Like, they don't explain why he's got a crayon, this person. But he hands the crayon to Helen, and he said, this is for Enola. And, like, there's this cute moment where they're like, it's a loner, like,
I'm not giving it to her.
I'm not giving it to her.
He
right.
is stingy for a man who has everything.
Yeah. Helen asks him, is dry land beautiful? And he's still, like, super cagey. Like, why are you keeping this ruse up? And he goes, you'll see soon enough.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's not clear to me. Anyway, Helen heads to sleep, and the Mariner, he's looking at Enola's drawing, and it's 2 adults and a kid holding hands.
Aww.
It's very cute. It's very cute.
She's got a cute little case of Stockholm Syndrome.
She does.
He's being very abusive to her, and she's fallen in love with him.
She's fallen in love with him.
Yeah.
And that's where we're going to end it this episode.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, man.
A lot happened. This was a busy one.
And they keep the action coming, too.
They do, yeah.
There's good pacing on the movie, though.
Mm-hmm. We've had a few moments of character bonding, which feel a little bit off. I feel like it's missed the mark.
Right. A few moments that make no sense.
No sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
There's still a lot to like about this movie.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's getting weird. It's getting weird.
I love it.
But it's still good.
I love it. The Mad Max movies were weird.
Yeah, they were.
Nothing wrong with being weird.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So thanks for listening. As always,
Yeah.
If you like what you're hearing, if you have any suggestions on what else you want us to talk about, hit us
100%.
up on the social medias. We'll get back to you or definitely see what you send us. And until next week,
We will be back.